Sabir Rodriguez is also with us live. BJP's senior leader. He wants to respond, of course, to a lot of the points that Imran Pratapgarhi made. Also, we have Pankuri Pathak still with us. She was also speaking about the UP big win for the SP and the Congress and the reasons for that. Sabir, go ahead.
Well, let's look at various aspects of the results that have come out right now, and these are trends. And obviously, we got to wait for it till the final results actually get fructified.
Yes.
But let us look at what it's really telling us. And telling us, when I mean for the country, for the political parties, whether it's BJP, Congress, or any other political party. What it's telling us is that democracy is alive in India, and the voter is the single most important factor in any election. It is not a political party, it is not a political leader, it is the voters, and the voters decide who is it that they want to elect for whatever reason they have decided to do that. Now, coming back to the trends that you're seeing in the elections right now. Now, let me give you an example, and related to sports. Now, in sports, Usain Bolt had the world record for the 100 meters sprint. But on his last race, everyone thought that Usain Bolt will break that record. And everybody was talking about it. It was tom-tom. Media wrote about it. Usain Bolt himself spoke about the fact that he would break the record. But on his final race, he did not. However, he did win the gold. So the point is, in an election, the results will show that the BJP will form the government for the third time, and Narendra Modi will come back as the Prime Minister. Yes, there is a certain amount of introspection that needs to be done by the senior leaders in the party, but that's a post-poll review that will happen so that we understand what went wrong and where we have made errors, where we have gained, and what could be corrected as we go ahead. The fact does not change that BJP is not forming the government.
Yes.
The Congress and the opposition might continue to have what you call
moral wins
as a moral victory.
Okay.
And continue to say that they have won, but they've really not won.
Okay. Pankuri Pathak, respond to that. Why are you claiming moral wins? The picture is clear. There will be introspection on why it's not 400 par, 400 par. But the fact is BJP is won. BJP is forming government. PM Modi is coming back, says Savio. Why claim a moral win then? Go ahead.
Should I continue?
No, Pankuri wants to respond.
It was the BJP who had claimed that they'll be getting 400 par, and that they'll be getting 400 par on the basis of Modi ji's persona and his face. So I think that is the first point, that they made this trap for themselves in which they fell into. Secondly,
but BJP claims they were trying to trap the opposition. That the opposition got busy trying to stop 400, but they crossed 272. It was all part of their plan. That's what certain BJP insiders also say.
I think another takeaway today has been that the people of India have fought to save their constitution, and they have fought to keep BJP out of a situation where they could tamper with the constitution, or they could do something drastic to take away the rights of the people, which many of the BJP leaders claimed was their intention of getting a bigger mandate. And because it was the BJP who was claiming that they'll be getting a bigger victory, I think it has clearly been shown today by the people of India that they are not happy with the BJP, that they wanted to teach the BJP's arrogance a lesson, and that the BJP, the kind of deceit and the kind of lies with which they fought the election, and they thought they'll be able to fool the people of India, they'll be able to trap them in a cycle of negativity. The people of India have broken away from that cycle.
I'll just come to you, Savio. I'll just come to you. Abhinandita Mathur is also with us of the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's allow a quick word as well. She's been waiting patiently. Abhinandita Mathur, your interpretation of the results so far, your reaction to how things are going so far for the Aam Aadmi Party and the overall India figure. Obviously not good news coming in so far from Delhi, but these are still trends, of course. Are you hopeful that a couple of seats could turn in the national capital? Punjab is where you are leading though currently, although the Congress is ahead there.
Yes, I mean, in Delhi, we're on a couple of seats, the margins are not so much, and we're hoping to cover up. For example, East Delhi has a margin of, has a difference of about 14,000 seats, which is highly, it's highly possible for us to cover. Similarly, even the New Delhi seat does not have a very wide margin as yet. We are hoping it's only 130. We're hoping that in a couple of hours there'll be things will look better for us. But most importantly, I think the good news is that the country has accepted the India alliance. It has rejected certain kind of politics. And I was just thinking that imagine if it was actually really a level playing field. If it was not that the opposition leaders were in jail and the opposition's bank accounts were not frozen and the electoral bonds were not as they, if all
but
the
Arvind
agencies
Kejriwal
were
was
not
allowed
under
to come
the
out. He did campaign.
Well, and he worked very hard, and I think he did influence a lot of votes throughout the country. I think that, UP, for example, credit where due, I think that he did actually, pakdo the nerves right and said that, there is some issue between Modi ji and Yogi ji, and there is some confusion about who will be the next chief minister. Is there likely to be a different chief minister now in a couple of months, or who will be the next prime minister? So all these things have impacted. Arvind Kejriwal ji, inside or outside the jail, is an impact maker, and I don't think that we can shy away from that. Another good news coming up from Kurukshetra for us. We are now closing in on the difference.
It's close
and
there.
Hopefully
Yes.
we'll be back in the lead again.
Yeah, that's a seat. That's a seat that I visited. It's quite close. Unfortunately for you, there's a third player there, Abhay Chautala, who's cutting, in a bit to Sushil Gupta's vote. Yes. Complete your point, and then I'll get in our studio guests as well.
No, but it's going to go up and down. Also, good news from Goa that the India Alliance is doing very well on one seat out of the two. In Ladakh, BJP is losing. They've really troubled the people of Ladakh. They've really, exploited the resources.
Sabi, respond to that. What's happening in Goa? Not good news coming in from one seat, says Abhinandita.
And imagine if this was an even playing field.
And I'm amused when I'm amused when the AAP, this very articulate spokesperson, actually talks about level playing field. But the fact of the matter is that Arvind Kejriwal is in jail or right now in custody because of the liquor scam and because of the court. Nothing to do with politics about it, but she can continue to mourn. That's fine. Coming back to Goa, I think you don't have your results yet. But the South Goa seat, from what I've been given to understand, has been won by the India Alliance, and the North Goa seat has been won by the BJP. Now, let me tell you a very, very interesting trend that very few people are willing to talk about. And it is very important and for the BJP as well as the opposition. And I'm saying that as a citizen. I don't like what has happened, but it has happened. Okay? The fact of the matter is that there has been a massive, at least in Goa, or in other parts where there is a large minority concentration, the minority consolidation has happened. And in South Goa, as you can see, the minority consolidation has allowed for the victory to happen. But while the minority consolidation has happened, the majority, which in this case are the Hindus, that consolidation has not happened. Because if the majority consolidation happened in Goa, South Goa in particular, where they have a larger majority.
Okay, let's quickly address some more leads and trails coming in. We are being told Omar Abdullah continues his trail. Engineer Rashid leading by over 1 lakhs in Baramulla. Let's also apprise our viewers on what's happening in Chhattisgarh. On 10 seats, it's the BJP that's ahead. The Congress only ahead on 1 seat as we speak in Chhattisgarh. In Ara and Bihar now, R.K. Singh is trailing. R.K. Singh of the BJP is, of course, a minister as well, is now trailing in Ara. So that's, of course, not good news so far for the NDA. OSC, Asaduddin Owaisi, of course, leading by over 1,70,000 in Hyderabad. So AIMIM, of course, continues their lead there. Mandi, Kangana Ranaut is comfortably ahead of Vikramaditya Singh. If we talk about Chandigarh, well, in Chandigarh, Manish Tiwari is currently leading by 6,500 votes. So Manish Tiwari of the Congress, of course, is ahead in Chandigarh. Quickly talking about another interesting seat, 3 other interesting seats of Himachal. So we told you about Mandi, where Kangana Ranaut, of course, is leading. Let's also tell you about Hamirpur. Anurag Thakur is clearly ahead there by over 1,50,000. Kangra, where Anand Sharma of the Congress party was taking on Rajiv Bhardwaj of the BJP, where Anand Sharma is currently trailing by over 2,30,000 votes. Kangana Ranaut ahead of Vikramaditya by 70,000 votes. In Shimla, the BJP Suresh Kashyap also leading by 85,000 votes. So that's the picture in Himachal Pradesh. If we talk about Guna, well, stupendous lead for Jyotiraditya Scindia. Jyotiraditya Scindia of the BJP leading by 4 lakh votes in that seat. Virendra Kumar Khatik, he's a minister in the Modi government. He's leading from Tikamgarh in Madhya Pradesh by over 3 lakhs. So that's so those are of course some trends emerging so far. Let's get quick reactions from Chandni Priti Shah and also Shashank Shekhar Jha. Shashank Shekhar Jha, why don't you come in first? Your home state is in Bihar. What's the picture emerging from Bihar? What do you believe are your first reactions to how the India's alliance is failing there and the NDA alliance is phasing there? We're seeing, of course, not good news for RJD. Rohini Acharya is trailing. Misa Bharti has been trailing. Although now, of course, some reprieve coming in with RK Singh of the BJP going behind his competitor from the Mahagathbandhan there.
Yeah, so if we look into Bihar, it is one of those states which surprised me after BJP gave tickets. Most of the MPs were repeated in Bihar, unlike in other states where MPs were actually changed. Over 100 candidates were changed by BJP and they did not repeat their previous candidates. In Bihar, they actually repeated most of their candidates. Now, JDU also did very well, is doing very well in Bihar. So I guess that shows that the maturity which Bihar people showed while voting has resulted in favoring BJP. However, unfortunately, what I am seeing here is that the government which will be possibly be formed after these elections, that may be a coalition government, and that will be a setback for this country, which has seen 10 years of good governance with absolute majority. So that is where I feel that that narrative which the opposition were very successfully portrayed, that if BJP wins 400 they can change constitution. So I traveled to a lot of states in past few months. So even in Tamil Nadu, or for that point even in Bihar, so these two states are completely very different. But the narrative was similar in both states, that if BJP wins in Bihar, wins over 400, it may change constitution, end reservation. They do not want to support Rahul Gandhi as Prime Minister, but they wanted a strong opposition and they did not want constitution to change. So this particular narrative actually gave a huge boost to or a narrative to the opposition.
And however, the flip-flops of Nitish Kumar have not really cost him, because he's leading on several seats there.
Yeah, in fact, the alliance BJP did at the last moments were very good. Nitish Kumar in Bihar, JDU, LJP in Bihar 5 seats, they are leading in those 5 seats. Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu leading both in assembly and national elections. So I guess these.
Yeah, Chirag Paswan also emerging as quite a hero today. He's leading in all the 5 seats that the BJP
in fact, Mandal
had given him.
was defeated.
I'm going to go back to Pankaj Vora and Chandni Priti Shah as well. Chandni Priti Shah, it's of course good news so far for the NDA from Bihar, but also just talking now, of course, about 2 other states, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Now these states, somewhere the NDA is not faring as well as they would have hoped. What do you make of that, Chand?
Uday, Maharashtra, there has been a lot of confusion, in between the voters, because they are confused with, which is the actual Shiv Sena, which is the, Shiv Sena which was formed later on. This has actually come out.
And with the NCP as well.
Yeah, with the NCP as well. So that factor has actually taken a toll on the voters. Big time. Now, when you come to Uttar Pradesh, I think I have a data which says that in Uttar Pradesh, where Samajwadi Party is actually leading, so over there are 9 seats in which the margin is below 10,000, out of which two seats it's within 500 votes. All right, the Salimpur is within 363 votes of margin. Kheri 79 seats of margin. And overall also, in all over India also, there are like around 193 seats which has under 10,000 margin. So I think we need to wait until 3 p.m. 3:30 p.m. to see if because these seats will take a turn. Around 50%, at least 50% of these seats will take a turn. That is what my take is with how it is going on. So it is very early right now to rejoice for the INDI alliance, and because this alliance also is I have always maintained this, I will still say this, it is an alliance of convenience. The Congress, today, Aam Aadmi Party is sitting over here and they are vouching for Congress without even realizing that today Arvind Kejriwal is in the jail because Congress gave, a complaint against Arvind Kejriwal and put him behind the bars. So, when you see the whole picture, the whole scenario, it is very clear that the entire opposition has come together only to defeat one person. So, I guess, until 3 p.m. we will get a very, clear picture on how much of seat sharing would be
Wait for an hour and a half more. You're confident NDA will cross 300?
I guess it will reach 300.
Okay, let's see. 293 is the leads currently for the NDA. Pankaj Bora, come in here on of course your your overall assessment of the trends that are emerging so far, and for the Congress party as well. 93 leads currently. What do you make of their strike rate? A, Pankaj Bora. B, where their main wins are coming from and their main leads are coming from. And C, now this clamour within the Congress, which we were hearing from Imran Pratapgarhi a short while back, saying that all the credit should go to Rahul Gandhi.
Well, Congress performance has been, as per expectations, which were there, before the elections commenced, even though the television channels were not expecting the Congress to go beyond 60, 65. So if it has touched 90s and remains around that figure, I think it should be very satisfied with whatever it has done. Secondly, this election, as we have been pointing out since the last 2 months, has been a Modi-centric election. So another way of looking at things is that if the BJP fails to get a majority on its own, it can also be interpreted that the people of India have rejected Mr. Modi. So if, going by that, in 1989, in 1984, Congress had got 415 odd seats. And in 1989, when Rajiv Gandhi got 196 seats or 197 seats, he could have still formed the government, but he decided to sit in the opposition because he said that the mandate is against me. So what needs to be seen is whether the same kind of spirit will be shown by the BJP, that the mandate is against them in case, it fails to...
Okay, two updates coming in from the NCR region. Let me just quickly apprise our viewers. Pankaj, I'm coming back to you in a second. BJP's Atul Garg ahead in Ghaziabad seat. He's leading currently by over 1 lakh votes. The Congress's Dolly Sharma is trailing. Meanwhile, in Gautam Budh Nagar, it's Mahesh Sharma of the BJP, who's ahead by 3 lakh votes. He's leading by over 3 lakh votes currently. The SP is trailing him by 3 lakh votes. Mahendra Nagar, of course, of the Samajwadi Party. Yes, back to you.
So I was wondering whether the BJP will show the same sort of spirit and say that the mandate has gone against them. From 303, they have come down by 60, 70 seats. In case these trends hold good, that is. So will they also like to sit in the opposition? And in these elections, we have to also wait and watch how the RSS responds, because RSS has been neutral. And to think that the BJP could win a majority of its own without the help of RSS was very, very difficult. And in case BJP had crossed the majority mark on its own, RSS in its 100th year would have become redundant. So, there is a lot of things which can happen once the actual results come out, and we have to wait and watch for these results in totality and with finality when the Election Commission declares them officially.
All right. Let me quickly, of course, go back across to Savio Rodriguez. Savio, just talking, of course, do we have Pankuri Pathak with us as well? Is Pankuri there with us? Okay, Pankuri Pathak is also there. Savio, I'm just coming to you in a second. Let me quickly go back to Pankuri on the assessment of the Congress that Pankaj Bora was just doing. Do you believe that the Congress will be pleased with 92 seats if it stays to this? Because there were question marks, of course, on the Congress, on where the Congress will be post this election if they do not cross that 3-digit mark, if they are not close to 100 seats. Right now, 93 leads for you, Pankuri. Where does the Congress go from here on? And also, as far as now Rahul Gandhi as well is concerned, do you believe this credit goes to him? Does it go to your President Mallikarjun Kharge or to your individual candidates?
Well, because you've asked me a question about Rahul ji. First of all, when it comes to credit, I think the credit goes to all the leaders of India Alliance. But apart from that, I would also like to tell your viewers that right now Rahul ji is leading by twice the margin in Raebareli that Modi ji is leading in Varanasi. So I think that says a lot about the current popularity of both the candidates in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and I think overall also because this election was, like I said before, it was fought by the BJP on Modi ji's face. It was, fought on the basis of giving Modi ji another term.
How many rounds are completed.
So I think the people of India have rejected. So we are still waiting for the results, and we are very confident that our numbers are going to improve drastically, because that's the sense that we have got from the ground. There are a lot of seats that are in close contest, and we are confident that the number will increase. But again, I would like to repeat that the kind of contest that we had this time, it was very unequal in the terms of resources, in the terms of the administrative power that the BJP had. Two of our chief ministers were put behind the bars. Most of our leaders, they were harassed by ED and CBI raids. Our bank accounts were frozen. We were up against the richest party in the world. So the election was played on very unequal playing field.
So like
and even during the elections,
like the Congress also says it was an unequal playing field. Savio, respond to that.
Well, I don't think it deserves a response, because the BJP had nothing to do with their leaders being in jail. I think the leaders being in jail and continuing to remain in custody is a decision of the court. So I think the opposition and the Congress and the political parties like Aam Aadmi Party can actually go to court and fight it out. The most important thing is, I love the fact of the narrative that the Congress and the opposition likes to bring about. In a race, and then I come back, in the race, the only thing that matters is winning. And NDA is coming back for the third term. I don't know how many of you have watched the movie Jo Jeeta Wohi Sikandar, but there is a beautiful saying in that movie which talks about Jo Jeeta Wohi Sikandar, Jo Hara Wo Bandar, is a dialogue that Amir Khan, one of the characters.
चलिए आपने डायलॉग मार दिया, पंखुड़ी भी जवाब दे रही है आपको.
In the reality of the situation is the victor takes
within
it all.
24
and
hours
that is what you understand.
from BJP going 400 par to NDA is coming in power. They can't even say that BJP is coming to power on their own. They have to say NDA is coming to power. Earlier it was Modi ji is getting us 400 par. BJP is going 400 par. So I think the language has completely changed. And even they know today they'll be afraid to even utter Modi ji's name.
The race was about NDA.
Channels have already taken out his photo and replaced it with Nadda ji's photo. So they will try to shield their supreme leader today.
I don't know what you're
because he has lost credibility.
Rahul Gandhi is not becoming the Prime Minister. Nobody from India Alliance is becoming the Prime Minister. So stop hyperventilating. Yes, the record was not made. And I accept we will.
Rahul ji is getting.
But the victory
Rahul ji has a bigger margin than Modi ji in Varanasi. Varanasi is the seat where the entire BJP had campaigned.
Okay, जो जीता वही सिकंदर, शशांक शेखर Jha, जो जीता वही सिकंदर. BJP says at the end of the day they're crossing the magic figure. It doesn't matter if it's BJP doing it or NDA. They're crossing the figure and they're going to form government. Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar, they're saying that's all that should matter. Pankhuri Pathak of the BJP is saying it's a defeat for them because they wanted to cross 400 par.
The fun fact or the irony of this election is BJP is as of now currently trending at 238, Congress at 94. Yet the voters or the supporters of Congress are happy and BJP are not happy, because BJP's expectation was much more. Because BJP has done enormous work in past 10 years and they thought that through that work, be it on national level, be it on GDP, economy, anything, be it environmental issues, etc., BJP will win on those seats. Okay. Now Congress is happy because they are getting 94.
Okay, so from Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar to Dil Mange More, that is why the BJP isn't that happy. Let's talk about Pankaj Bora. Pankaj Bora, more aata jab Haryana or Rajasthan saath. Now these are two states where we're seeing the BJP numbers dipping, at least in these trends if they convert to results. What do you believe went wrong for the BJP in Haryana and in Rajasthan?
To begin with, in Haryana, they had things going for them when they changed Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar as the chief minister midway, thinking that the anti-incumbency against him will, end. And secondly, they, also put up candidates. Most of the candidates put up by the BJP were former congressmen and not BJP, homegrown people. So there was a senior leader of BJP in Haryana who told me कि वृक्ष हमने उगाया और छाँव में भी अब हम नहीं बैठ सकते क्योंकि बाकी लोग जो आए हैं वो छाँव में बैठ रहे हैं. And there was an anti, BJP sentiment also amongst the farmers, and like in Punjab, and that was also translating to how people voted in Haryana. And Mr. Huda's leadership there has been very strong, and he has emerged as the strongest leader amongst the Jat community, and he has led his party to the kind of victory it is witnessing. In Rajasthan, BJP was complacent when they had changed and did not appoint Vasundhara Raje as the chief minister and opted for a newcomer. In an election year, the thing is that the emphasis should always be on having experienced people at the helm of affairs. There were people close to Vasundhara who later switched over to the Congress, and there were large sections, who were with the BJP earlier. This time they were not. So that is also showing so far as Rajasthan is concerned.
Okay. Also, as far as, of course, the states very quickly of, Maharashtra as well and Bihar. Those are two interesting stories, Pankaj Vora, that I'd like your take on. Maharashtra, where the allies helping the Congress party. Bihar, where, of course, the alliance somewhere being let down, by the switch of Nitish Kumar back to the BJP.
Well, in Maharashtra, which is the second largest state in terms of number of seats with 48, the BJP was very hopeful that it will be, sweeping Maharashtra. But like the story in Haryana and in some other places, by taking in people from the NCP and from the Shiv Sena, the BJP spoilt its own internal house. There were aspirants within the BJP who wanted to contest elections from Maharashtra. They had been waiting for 30-40 years, and when their turn came, they were asked to support the very people they had been opposing all their lives. So this has boomeranged very, very badly on the BJP in Maharashtra. Yes, you are right. In Bihar, the Nitish Kumar's turning over has proved to be a major setback for the India bloc.
Yeah.
But Nitish Kumar can still turn over. So if the BJP is relying on Nitish Kumar to be a part of the coalition which it hopes to head, then there can still be many things which can change on the way.
At the end of the day, of course, Chandni Preeti Shah, there is still immense popularity for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. One sees that, of course, on ground when one travels across the country, as one has during the campaign. But against a lot of your MPs, some of whom you did not change as well, there was a lot of anti-incumbency. And the perception was that because of PM Modi, that anti-incumbency will get finished. But it's not happened in every single case. Do you believe also that is one of the reasons why these numbers have fallen?
Yes.
Against individual MPs anti-incumbency.
Somewhere you can say this, that there were several, especially on the northern belt, all right, that there were...
It's states like UP, Bihar.
Yes, there were places, there were constituencies where the candidates weren't changed because there was this notion that because it's the face of the Prime Minister on which the voting would be done, and I guess there was they lacked the strategy. They should have been more careful about it.
Yeah.
But again, coming to the crux of it, I think it's a good lesson to learn. BJP is forming a government. BJP-led NDA is forming a government. Narendra Modi is going to become the Prime Minister. I think for the next Lok Sabha elections, I think a lot of things have to they have to learn from these elections. The opposition, I would commend the opposition. They've given a good fight.
Okay, meanwhile, more news now coming in. Let's quickly apprise our viewers with more leads and trails coming in. Dipender Hooda of the Congress party continues his lead from Rohtak. He's leading currently by 1,87,000 votes. Naveen Jindal continues his lead from Kurukshetra. He's leading now by 8,800 votes there. Omar Abdullah, meanwhile, interestingly accepting defeat in Baramulla. He has tweeted saying, I think it's time to accept the inevitable. Congratulations to Engineer Rashid for his victory in North Kashmir. So a setback there for the former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah in this seat. He has now accepted defeat because the lead has pretty much solidified in the favor of Engineer Rashid. Meanwhile, talking about Manohar Khattar, the former Chief Minister contesting from Karnal seat, he's leading now by 1,70,000 votes. So comfortable lead for Manohar Khattar as well. If we talk about Hisar, well, there Ranjit Singh Chautala of the BJP is trailing. Jaiprakash of the Congress is leading now by 22,000 votes. So that is the latest coming in from Haryana. Meanwhile, let's also quickly apprise our viewers with a couple of other seats. So in Gurugram now, slightly Rao Inderjit Singh catching up, but still Raj Babbar of the Congress ahead. Raj Babbar leading now by 2,593 votes. So that is the scenario in Gurugram. Quickly talking about what's happening in Faridabad. In Faridabad, it's a BJP that's leading. They're leading by 1,30,000 votes as we speak. Other seats of Haryana, Varun Chaudhary of the Congress party leading from Ambala. He's leading by 18,800 votes. The BJP leading in the Bhiwani Mahendragarh seat. Dharamveer Singh of the BJP leading there. 26,000 votes is the margin of his lead. And let's quickly apprise our viewers with one more lead coming in from Haryana. That is Kumari Selja. Massive lead for Kumari Selja in Sirsa. She is leading over Ashok Tawar by 2,10,000 votes. So those are of course some latest updates coming in, and quickly apprising our viewers now with the scenario in okay, we will apprise our viewers with Punjab and a couple of other states in just a second. But Shashank Shekhar Jha, yes, you had a point to make. You were responding to Chandni.
Yes.
Go ahead.
One thing which I have evaluated from this election, and it is throughout this country, most of the MPs, as in over 80% MPs, I'm not saying everyone, but over 80% of the MPs who got ticket again from BJP are banking on the face of Narendra Modi.
Exactly.
They are not fighting on their own merit. They have not done work in their area. Their voters are not very happy. Even if they are winning with high margin, the only factor in this particular matter is Narendra Modi's face. So that thing I think should be changed in BJP. BJP should be more firm about every MP working actually, and sabka saath sabka prayas should
Let's
be
talk about
also
Punjab
for
now.
MPs.
Punjab now. Congress leading on 7 seats in Punjab. AAP leading on 3 seats in Punjab. Akali Dal leading on 1 seat in Punjab. BJP not leading at all on any seat currently. So not a good showing for the BJP in Punjab so far. Others leading on 2 seats as we speak. Let me quickly go across to Savio Rodriguez on this flip-flop we are seeing in Trivandrum. Sometimes Rajiv Chandrasekhar leading there, sometimes Shashi Tharoor. Very close fight in Thiruvananthapuram. What do you make of it, Savio?
Very exciting fight because both the candidates, the Congress candidate and of course the BJP candidate, are highly knowledgeable, articulate and very well respected candidates. So for Thiruvananthapuram, it's a huge benefit to have two of the most intellectual people compete to lead them. However, I think towards the end, I believe that Rajiv Chandrasekhar will cross the finishing line in Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay, you believe finally it'll be a win for Rajiv Chandrasekhar. We'll wait and watch and track that seat very, very closely. But as far as this Mission South is concerned, how much progress has been made in this Mission South for the BJP, Savio, and how much still remains to be done?
Well, I think the most important aspect is the fact that the BJP has endeavored to not necessarily be considered to be just a northern party, but try and build its inroads in south of India as well. And south is not an easy bastion. They have some very reputed political parties that have controlled the politics of the regions for a very long time. But BJP is making tremendous inroads. They're doing well in Kerala. They're opening their account in Kerala. You have a pretty decent performance in Tamil Nadu. You have done very well in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. So I think what we are seeing,
and I just want to talk about, yes, it's important to look at where else the BJP is doing well, and I just want to talk about Odisha for a second as well, because Pankaj Bora, it's phenomenal, the performance of the BJP in Odisha this time around. If we talk about the Lok Sabha, out of 21 seats, BJP is leading on 19 seats, Pankaj Bora in Odisha. BJD down to just one lead, and Congress also stays constant at one lead. Last time also they won one seat, but not a good showing for the BJD as far as Lok Sabha goes at all. And if we talk about the Vidhan Sabha, Pankaj Bora, well, in Vidhan Sabha too, the BJP right now is leading on more seats, the BJP is leading right now on more seats than the BJD in the Vidhan Sabha as well. In fact, they could form a government if these leads convert into results. I think they're on about 75 leads, and the magic figure is somewhere between 72 and 73. In Odisha, Pankaj Bora, what do you make of this Odisha picture coming in?
That is the real story for the BJP. Actually, people have been talking about other states, but for BJP, the real gains are in Odisha. And this despite the fact that Sambit Patra had, given that statement where he said that Lord Jagannath is a follower of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And later he apologized and said that he is going to, have penance for whatever he had said. The thing is that in Odisha, people see that Naveen Patnaik, Biju Janata Dal's leader, is in failing health, and he has basically nominated a former IS officer as his possible successor. So people are finding it very difficult.
And he's an outsider. That's what the BJP has been emphasizing on. That he's from Tamil Nadu, he's not an Odia.
Yeah. So this, I think, has appealed to the people, and BJP. There's not much difference, as my fellow panelist had said, between the BJD and the BJP there.
Yeah.
And the BJP is, marching ahead, and it is something which the party should be proud of, and it's an achievement which is going to be talked about for a long time. However, whether they will form the government or not will depend on the final results, and how many seats Congress gets, and if total, along with the BJD and the Congress and the independents, if the number is more than what the BJP's tally is, then one will have to take a call on that.
Yeah, but no doubt, currently, of course, things looking very, very good in Odisha. I'll just quickly take our viewers through a couple of interesting leads there. Pratap Sarangi from Balasore, he's leading currently. Bolangir, Sangeeta Singhdeo is leading currently of the BJP. Aprajita Sarangi is leading in Bhubaneswar as well. Also Bhartuhari Mehtab, he was a senior leader of the BJD, switched over to the BJP. He's leading from Cuttack as we speak. Also currently leading is Jay Panda. Jay Panda is leading from Kendrapada as we speak. Also leading is Sambit Patra from Puri. Sambalpur also Dharmendra Pradhan leading currently from that seat. Jewel Oram also leading from Sundargarh. So very, very good news for the BJP's candidates here in Odisha. As Pankaj Bora was saying, they could form a government as well. Obviously, this Odia Asmita card working well for them. And people not too happy with this transition to VK Pandian from Naveen Patnaik whenever that happens. Also, Chandni Preeti Shah, another story coming in is from Andhra Pradesh. Let's just talk a bit about that, because these were the two assembly elections also happening.
Yes.
Voting for Lok Sabha parallelly. And in Andhra too, not good news for BJP. In fact, I've just received some news from my sources, some breaking news in fact that I'd like to put out as well, that Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy is likely to resign very, very soon. My sources tell me a short time from the governor. He could go and meet him at 4 p.m. today and submit his resignation, because over there it's looking like the NDA alliance is going to form government. TDP currently leading on 130 seats in the Vidhan Sabha, BJP on 7, and I think Jansena also leading on a few. So that's pretty well past the magic figure comfortably. If we talk about Lok Sabha as well, TDP leading on 16 seats, BJP on 3, Janasena on 2, YSRCP down to just 4 out of 25. Not a good showing at all. So clearly another contributing factor to the NDA's performance today, apart from Odisha, is the great performance in Andhra Pradesh, Chandni.
This is a key takeaway. Andhra Pradesh, the alliance that was formed, that is TDP, BJP and Janasena party. I guess this alliance has actually played out very well, given the popularity of Pawan Kalyan, as not just as an actor but also as an on-ground worker of the party. Plus, they're because they are all ideologically also aligned. with each other. And Andhra Pradesh was, I think, I actually had a notion that Andhra Pradesh would be an easy win for the for this alliance, NDA alliance, because not just in the Lok Sabha elections but also in the Vidhan Sabha elections, because people need a change in Andhra Pradesh and they were tired of the Jagan Mohan Reddy government. When there were surveys that were being conducted, people were wanting that change, people were wanting, and when you again when it comes to Lok Sabha elections, there is obviously a factor that who would run the country. That factors plays, whether someone agrees with it or not, that factor actually plays a bigger hand. Now coming to the Vidhan Sabha, that is the assembly elections also, people wanted a change in the state government, and I think TDP, Jan Sena and BJP was the best option that was available to them. So I'm not surprised to see these results, because this was a little bit expected from my end.
Very smart strategies of the BJP,
correct,
both in Andhra and Bihar, Savio, and clearly reaping dividends where and Odisha. Let me address all three. In Odisha, obviously, you decided not to go in for an alliance with BJD. That was also being talked about. Obviously, you saw that you can make the effort yourself to go it alone. That's reaped dividends for you. In Andhra, this interesting coalition with Janasena of Pawan Kalyan and Chandrababu Naidu was stitched just before the election. Chandrababu Naidu used to be in NDA. He left you all. Now he returned. And in if we talk about, of course, the third state of Bihar as well, obviously a very, very smart strategy to again get back Nitish Kumar into your fold. Again, someone who was with you earlier but had deserted you in the middle.
See, one of the most important criteria or strategies of the BJP has been to work with like-minded political leaders and political parties that have similar visions to what the BJP has as far as the growth and the progress of this country is concerned. Sometimes those relationships work, as we had done with, as you would have seen with Shiv Sena, when the relationship was working, and sometimes it doesn't work, again as in Shiv Sena. So the point is, we have to look at each relationship in the eyes of what BJP and the party leaders and the people of India want as far as progress and growth is concerned. And that is why those strategic alliances were made, and the dividends because of the strategic alliances are there for all to see. And that is important for any political party as far as the entire diversity of India is concerned. See, one thing we must never forget, that no matter how much hard we might try to create nationalized politics in this country, because of the diversity of India, there's always going to be an immense role for regional players to be able to control the narratives and the outcomes within their regions. So you have BJP as a national party that is strong at the center and strong in certain parts of the state, and then it works with very strong allies, regional players at a state level that helps take the mission of the country forward.
Okay. Two more interesting trends coming in from Bihar. R.K. Singh of the BJP still trailing. India coalition Sudama Prasad there is leading by 35,000 votes in the Ara seat. Also, if we talk about Hajipur, well, in Hajipur seat, it's Chirag Paswan of the LJP who's leading there. NDA's Chirag Paswan leading by 55,000 votes as we speak. So these are, of course, the latest trends emerging from Bihar. Let's also quickly go across to Shashank Shekhar Jha. Shashank Shekhar Jha on, of course, these smart coalitions, which were stitched just before. Obviously, very, very well thought out by BJP.
Yeah, especially the alliance which BJP made, while breaking India alliance, first in Bihar, they went with JDU. Even BJP core voters were opposed to it. Yeah. But BJP went ahead. BJP actually gave them 70 seats.
And there were many people who were saying these flip-flops of Nitish are going to cost the NDA.
Yes.
But it's worked very well.
Everyone was actually backing behind RJD's Tejasvi and, saying that Lalu is also out of jail, so they may get enough number of seats. However, there, BJP actually and NDA alliance have surprised the opposition. in Andhra Pradesh also we have seen the growth of NDA, what I am expecting or we were expecting, and the numbers are reflecting here.
Okay.
However, what I feel here is that this election also reflects as to what are the core issues of voters.
Okay.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.